Hey everybody, this is Alexander. I'm in London, it's 2020, it's a new decade, and I'm going to be talking with you on this video and trying not to shake things about too much. I'm going to be talking about something that might be of interest to those of you who could use a bit more presence in your life. And I'm not talking about Christmas presents, I'm talking about presence, being in the moment and being without stress and the rumination associated with being in the past or being in the future. That's worrying about the future, and being more present with the people around us and more present and less anxious. I love the work of Eckhart Tolle, the German writer of The Power of Now. If you haven't read The Power of Now, thoroughly recommend it. It was a bit of a game-changing book for me. And it's the kind of book you can read over and over again and find new insights with every new read. One of the things that I picked up from one of Eckhart's recent videos really got me thinking and changed my mindset a little bit about presence, which was the idea that if you want to build more presence in your life and you want to reduce anxiety around certain fearful things, so for example, I've spent a lot of my life worried about group meetups and social events and things that are social and socially stress producing, creating. I'm a lot better at it now, but I used to be a bit fearful in social situations, so that would be a good example of a place to need to be more present in. Obviously, having learnt about the ideas behind The Power of Now, I've seen that when we get anxious, it's usually an indication, it's actually always an indication of us not being conscious, not being aware in the moment, in the present. And the more present you can be, the less anxiety you're going to experience. You're going to be right there in the moment, and the moment is where there isn't anything fearful happening. There's nothing that needs to prompt anxiety right there in the moment. And the idea that he came up with, he hasn't come up with it, he's just sort of reflecting reality. But Eckhart talks about how if you want to cultivate presence and you want to reduce your fear, if you want to reduce your fear in those fearful places, those meetings, wherever it is that you feel fear or anxiety or stress, the best time to cultivate presence is not necessarily in those moments themselves. So if, for example, you have a scary interview coming up, yes, you want to be present as you can be with the interviewer, one-to-one, so that you're really in consciousness during that conversation. That's great, but you're probably going to still feel a certain amount of fear if you have an irrational fear around certain things. And Eckhart talks about how the best way to reduce those fears is to cultivate presence in your general life, to cultivate presence during those moments that don't usually cause you fear. Maybe you're walking through the park and you feel good. That is the best opportunity to develop a connectedness with the world around you, to notice the flowers and the leaves, the sounds, the smells, the colours, and to spend more time in presence, to cultivate that as a muscle that will then create a kind of trickle-down effect, a kind of overarching impact of being more present in your life in general. You'll be developing more of a present character, more of a present nature. You will be inhabiting that oneness, that presence that is going to have such a profound impact on all areas of your life. So you don't need to become fearless during those fearful moments, although being present and practicing presence when you get scared is absolutely vital. The real change can be made in moments that don't cause you stress. And this is where people fall short. They kind of relax in those moments that are comfortable, and they're not present even there. And how are you going to be present in a moment that is scary for you if you can't be present in those moments that are not scary? So action stations for you guys is to cultivate more presence during those moments in your life where things are not pressing, things are not so stressful, like where I am now in this park in London. This is the perfect time to just drop the phone and the distractions and to really be at one with everything around you, and to feel your own presence and your own heartbeat and the pressure and the sensations under your feet when you walk. Be meditative with your surroundings, and if you can cultivate that kind of muscle of being present and not reactive and just being at one with the present, you're going to bring that across into those other areas of your life that previously caused you stress, and you will be amazed. I've been personally amazed in doing this for several years, really, on and off whenever I've remembered to, but more recently, over the last few weeks, by being more present and doing more meditative walking and things like that, I have noticeably seen the change in how I respond and how I am at ease in those situations which previously made me stressed. Things are a lot better now that I've just cultivated a general presence in my life. So that's the thing. That's the key message, the key takeaway from today's chat is just spend more of your time in presence, and especially be present in areas and environments and places and with people who don't normally cause you stress and anxiety. Those are the opportune moments to demonstrate to yourself that you are bringing this approach to your life in general. You are committed to a life of presence. You're not just doing it as a kind of crutch for when you are struggling. Does that make sense? Because if you try to be present whenever you get scared and only when you get scared, you're going to see yourself as someone who has a problem. You're going to see your self-image will be that of somebody who needs a crutch to help them through certain things. And this is what I always thought was the way to do things. And of course, that always creates this awareness in yourself that you aren't quite fixed, you aren't quite good enough yet. So flip that around and be someone who's present in general, and you'll see the benefits of that presence flood into all aspects of your life, and you'll become a present person. You will see your true identity underneath all the thinking and the rumination that comes when you are not present. See how that turns things around for you. Just become the present person that you are. All this thinking and rumination and worry is not us. These are things we think help us control our environment, but they don't. They just make it worse. They make us more insane and less present. So return back to the original you, the spirit that runs through you. Get in touch with that spirit, that soul, and you'll see your life turn around, really. I'm seeing tremendous changes, and I'm not just saying that because I want to make this video popular. I'm telling you, bring presence into your life, especially in the moments that don't require you, seemingly, to need to be present. Comments, thoughts below, please. Always love to see your feedback, and if this impacted you and you feel that other people could benefit from this knowledge, or you might want to pass on the book The Power of Now to someone you know, or read it yourself, do so, and do share this video if you want other people to benefit from this. And good luck. Live a peaceful, present life, and I'll see you in the next video.